Hello, property champions. It is Carissa here to bring you some really important insights when it comes to selling your home, whether it's rental or sale, or in particular you're flipping, and why your kitchen could be what maybe makes you a whole lot less money than you should, because you've not properly considered the value that your kitchen adds. Now, here's what I want to say. I've been in this space for 12 years, and I have had literally homeowners come to me and say, we want to sell, we need to rent it, we want to make more money, how do we do it? And when I say the kitchen needs to be done, they go, oh no, that's too expensive. And I say to them, okay, well, would you rather lose money or make money? Because yes, a kitchen can be one of the areas of your home that costs more money. However, what are you losing by not doing it? Because if your kitchen is old and run down and your buyer walks in the door and says, we need to renovate this kitchen, then that's coming off your price tag. That's coming off your sale price. So we have to flip it the other way. And if you're watching this because you've got a passion for property, you own property already, or you want to get into property, whether it's your family home adding value, whether you want to sell at some point, you've got rental properties growing your portfolio, or you're one of my many clients on here and they maybe not a client yet that wants to get into flipping or is starting to do some flips already. It is crucial to understand what your property needs and what's going to add the most amount of value. And the kitchen is massively crucial for that. And in fact, I actually was just filming another part of our kitchen wealth workshop, which will drop very soon, that is detailed, everything I do when I'm on site at a property to determine, do we do the kitchen? And what do we do to the kitchen? Where do we save money? Where do we add value? Because here's the bit that people miss. They care so much about, we just want to save money to make money, but then they realize you don't make money if you don't spend money. So you need to understand, how do I take this kitchen that's run down and shit and create it into a masterpiece that my buyer is going to be blown away seeing without the heavy price tag. It doesn't mean you just go do a quick kitchen, and this is the problem I see, is so many people are just pulling out kitchens and putting a nice white kitchen. And I look at it and I'm like, did you just get that from Bunnings? Now, some properties, that works. Other properties, that doesn't. And it doesn't mean you're saving money by going to Bunnings. I can tell you for a fact, I have had multiple jobs where I have taken a design that I've got to custom cabinet makers and to Bunnings, and they were the same bloody price. And I had custom made, finished beautifully for the same shit. So please don't run and think Bunnings is your best option, because you might actually have a kitchen company, when you recruit the right ones, who will make you an amazing kitchen that looks like it's double the price to a Bunnings kitchen, and it will add more value. And it's custom, so you can maximize all the space. Please, here's a couple things. One, get more than one quote. Draw up exactly what's going to add value to that property, and don't rely that the cabinet maker is going to tell you what the best thing is, because they don't always. They're good at making kitchens and they want to save money where they can. So you tell them what you want that's going to add the most amount of value. If you have 3-meter ceilings, don't do standard heights and then have a massive bulkhead, or leave it open. I can't stand when people don't do bulkheads. Do a bulkhead. It is a dust collector. It is another way to make your walls look even more taller. It is a big value add, and it doesn't cost you much. But if you've got a property that has tall ceilings, then it is the way to make it look more grand, get more functionality, more storage. It is really important. So make sure you know what you want. Make sure you don't go with anyone until they give you plans. Do not sign off a kitchen without written plans, because you think you're getting one thing and they're giving you something totally different. Or I remember one client who went with a kitchen company, then called me after because they said, can you help us? Because we didn't quite get what we asked for. And then when I went in to have a look, I'm like, did you sign off plans? And they were like, oh, he just pointed I was like, no. Nothing when it comes to a kitchen and joinery should be signed off without plans. What exactly are they doing? How big is the microwave spot? Are they doing it to what you need or just a big hole? And in fact, that particular property, the microwave hole was bigger than it needed to be. What a waste of space. Plus, imagine putting a microwave and having all this extra space around it. It looks stupid. Everything plays a part to how it looks at the end, which plays a part to how your buyer comes in and what they like and how they are willing to, I love this property. And I've said this before, I'll say it again. Selling, whether it's just a home you want to sell to make profit or you're actually flipping is even more crucial, because if you're doing it time and time again, you're probably missing money every single time for little nuances that you haven't thought about. And that's exactly what I've been doing on the other part of my morning in filming our modules for our Renovation Profit Mastery program. We have just filmed module 8, so I can't wait for my current clients to jump into that module where we talked about buyers. Who is your buyer? And this is the problem, is people don't think about that. They just go, oh, what do I want? Or what's going to be cheap for me to do so I can make it look great, and that's good. But when you go one step further, it doesn't mean you have to spend more. But when you go one step further and you consider who's your buyer, what's their culture, what are their expectations, and then how you can put that in play into your renovation plan, then you start really unlocking the big profit. So here's what I want to say to you. If you're at a point where you're going to be doing a kitchen soon, comment below workshop and I'll send you details when our kitchen workshop drops. There's going to be on it. And then our Renovation Wealth Mastery program, right now you're getting one-on-one coaching. When we fill, that won't be available anymore. And then you'll only just get the program on its own or our group sessions. So if you're considering learning how to flip, whether it's for just your home that you have now, you'll have a portfolio, or you actually want to get into buying and flipping, don't do it and guess it. Don't make it guesswork and lose money. I hear that all the time. And in fact, a few of my clients now have done it, failed, and now gone, we need your help. So do the step before you lose money and get the right guidance. And that is exactly what I do. Being in this space for over 12 years, I've helped countless homeowners, including ones right now, make good money on their property. And now I've put it into a detailed, amazing program that shows you every step of the way of a proven system that I use every day. And in fact, that's exactly what I was just filming this morning, one of the modules with exactly what I do when I'm doing it for myself and for my clients. That's what you need. You need to know exactly what to do to back yourself so you pull out more profit. You want to chat to me about any of those 2 programs, comment below. Let's make the next 12 months, not you thinking about it anymore, but you actually getting that step closer to where you want to be in property. I'm Chris Sorbello. I'll speak to you.